International, Freedom in Africa.
Hello, Freedom Giants. I welcome you all to today's lecture on the theme, Transformation is Here. This is a continuation from last month's lecture on the theme, Actualization of Freedom Giants. Now, we all know that today's lecture is in accordance with our theme for the year, which is Your Transformation. Now, we all know that transformation in African Voice International is simply a form of amelioration which involves a metamorphosis from the old normal to the new normal for the regenerative function of ourselves. It's a form of amelioration which involves a metamorphosis from the old normal to the new normal for the regenerative function of our souls. As Freedom Giants, we are always supposed to be in our new normal at every point in time. We are always supposed to make sure that we shift from the old normal to the new normal. Even when we shifted from the old to the new normal, we must always make sure that at every point in time we are in the new standardized normal for the kind of efficiency we want to see in our societies. Yes, imagine, let's say, you are the CEO of an automobile industry and you are producing automobiles, or let's say cars. Maybe you're producing a bicycle in the 1940s, and now in the 1960s you started producing a car. And you're producing that same kind of car in 2023. You will be at a low demand in terms of purchasing, in terms of customers trying to purchase your products. You'll be at a very low demand because there will be an urbanized form of automobiles in other companies. If you are producing Mercedes-Benz, and you're producing a kind of same Mercedes, and you're producing the same kind of Mercedes-Benz you're producing in the 1960s, in 2023, people will not purchase your Mercedes-Benz anymore. People will purchase other kinds of brands like the Land Cruisers, like the Range Rovers, and others. Which means that you must always be in the new normal. You must always be in the new normal of what we need at this point in time. You must never be out of date. Now, Freedom Giants, transformation is here. We are made of more. Once Freedom Giants are here, everything is okay, everything is excellent. But we must always make sure that we are always clothed in the covering of the new normal for the kind of thing we want to see at every point in time. Yes, there are so many debilitating towards our societies, but as Freedom Giants, we must stand tall. And when we stand tall, we'll be able to execute all these anomalies in the systems. We must always be in the new normal at every point in time. That's how we will see the transformation that we so want to see at every point in time. Yes, we must make sure that we see Africa being transformed into the African anatomy. We must make sure we see the world be transformed into the global anatomy. We must make sure we see our governments being transformed into political anatomies. Yes, our governments must be transformed into political anatomies. Yes, you know, you see leaders behaving dictatorially. You see leaders ruling their countries in just a haphazard way, or altruistically, kleptocratic governments, and you just wonder what is happening. We need to see leaders who are leading in the interest of the people. Yes, it's very essential. I mean, why do we choose leaders? We choose leaders so that they will see and act toward the needs of the people, not come in there and satisfy their own needs or their own parochial desires. No, they come in there to satisfy the nation, not their families. They are in power for the nation, not for their families. So there must be a democratic representation which reflects the needs of the people, of the whole country, of every region, of every tribe, of every fraternity in the country. Now, Freedom Giants, we must make sure that our governments function as political anatomies. Now, when you look at our heads of states, when they try to bring forth their cabinets, their ministers, their executives, why do they bring them there? They bring them there so that these ministers will assist them, will assist these leaders, these presidents in formulating policies, not only formulating policies, but assist them in administrating the affairs of the country. So when we have leaders who have planned, who have sought for the assistance of ministers, we have a government together with the judiciary and the legislature, and at a point in time, in the course of these 10 years of government of these heads of state, they decide to now lead anyway. They don't even see to the views of their ministers or the judiciary of the parliament. They just come in anyhow. How do we expect our nation to flourish? How do we expect our nation to accelerate? There are supposed to be political meetings, political engagements. Yes, because these leaders come in with their policies. They come in and they assign these policies also as various kinds of implementations, various kinds of projects which must be implemented under these ministries, under various ministries. For example, the Ministry of Local Government, the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Fisheries, the Ministry of Trade and Industry. There are ministers who are all there, who are appointed by the president to make sure that they represent the policies of the president in the ministries. Now, if after a long-term plan whereby these policies have been initiated by the president to be processed through these ministries in the various junctures, if in the course of these processes the head of state just comes and just decides to just end those projects and just does what he wants to do, how do we expect our nation to accelerate? There must be an audit process. There must be an audit process whereby there's so much exceedingly great interrelation and interdependence amongst all arms of government, amongst all leaders, amongst all jurisdictions. Yes, including the sub-units, including our district councils, including our metropolitan councils, and our regional zones. There must be an awesome and excellent relation and interdependence amongst all of them. The kind of thing we want to see. Yes, and it just goes back to the family. Assuming you're a dad, you are the father of the house, and you don't even consult or even listen to the views of your other family members, like your children, your wives, and all of that. You just take decisions on your own. How do you expect the family to accelerate? There must be an engaged process, an interrelated process, whereby all views of various family members are heard before decisions are taken. And it's not only family members. At the home level, everyone is significant. The driver, the maid, everyone is quintessential, and they all must be included in decision-making processes for the kind of amelioration we want to see, because everyone is quintessential. Everyone is quintessential. So I'll just proceed on. First of all, as Freedom Giants, as I said, transformation is already here. The kind of transformation we want to see is already there, but we must make sure that we are always in the new normal. We must always sustain ourselves in the new normal for the kind of changes we want to see at every point in time. Now, I'm going to talk about three things that we need to always make sure that we are all in if we want to see transformation in every nook and cranny of the global anatomy. I'll be first of all talking about believing in ourselves. As Freedom Giants, we must believe in ourselves. We must believe in what we are made of. We are made of more. We are made for this honors. We are made for this responsibility. We are made for this. We must believe in who we are. Until we believe in who we are, there's no way we can cause any change. There's no way we can cause any kind of emancipation. We must believe in what we are made of. We are made of more, Freedom Giants. We are made of more. We have what it takes. We have the capabilities, the abilities. So we must rise up and stand tall. Yes. If no one is talking, it doesn't mean we should keep mute. We are the pieces. We are the change makers. We are the masterpieces. We are the trailblazing survivors. We must talk. We must start the game. We must start the processes as Freedom Giants. When we see things that are not going on well, we must stand tall. Yes. Marcus Garvey once spoke about people who don't have confidence. If you are confident, you lack confidence, you are twice as dead. Yes. We must believe in who we are, because we carry the mantle, we carry the capability to be able to cause the change. So we must believe in what we are made of as Freedom Giants. Yes. We must be able to say that we are going to do this, we can do this, we can be able to cause this change, we can be able to cause this amelioration. We must believe in who we are and what we are made of. Yes. We must believe in ourselves as Freedom Giants. 2, we must take responsibility. As Freedom Giants, we must take responsibility of everything. Wherever we go, wherever we find ourselves, we must take responsibility in everything. We must know that the onus falls on us. Yes. You know, we've had loads of freedom fighters who have passed away, who were assassinated, like Muammar Gaddafi, like Thomas Sankara. And we as Freedom Giants might say that we are going to take responsibility and cause the needed changes. We must not say that, well, whatever will be, will be. No. We must take responsibility and fight now. Yes. No one will tell us to stand tall. We must take responsibility and stand tall. We must be able to see the problems around and see we are going to cause the revolutions. We must stand tall as freedom giants. We must take responsibility. Now, when you look at all these, let's look at the four coup d'etat leaders who have also various kind of leaders from 2021 till now to 2023. Let's look at people like Captain Ibrahim Traore from the Burkina Faso Anatomy. Let's look at people like Captain Assimi Goïta from the Malian Anatomy. Let's look at someone like Captain Oligui Nguema from the Gabonese Anatomy. Let's look at Mamadi Doumbouya from Guinean Anatomy. These leaders who also they are heads of state. Let's look at the aftermath in their countries. They were not trying to instill political stability in their countries. Yes. If after these leaders we saw altruistic leadership, would have questioned them. But they are all trying to reform their systems and bring forth the spirit of Africanism, the spirit of democratic pluralism in their countries. Yes, they are taking responsibility. And that's what we must fight for. Captain Ibrahim Traore is the new Thomas Sankara of his country, of Burkina Faso. Yes. We must take responsibility as freedom giants. We don't have to care about whatever will come our way. We don't have to care about anything. We must take responsibility. We must know that there will be wrecks, but we don't have to be bothered. We must take responsibility. If we want to see emancipation for posterity, if we want to see emancipation thriving from now, we must take responsibility. Yes. If we don't take responsibility, things will still be as they are. So we must open our eyes wide and take responsibility and begin to cause the amelioration. Yes, we are made of this, freedom giants. We are made of this. Always say this. Nelson Mandela believed in himself and he took responsibility. That's why he fought against apartheid rule. He knew that he may be in prison if he did not, if things did not go on well, but he did not care. He came out from prison and he became the first black South African president in his country. He took responsibility, and that's why South Africa is where they are now. Even in spite of various kinds of ups and downs, they are still better off than they were back then because someone took responsibility. So you need to take responsibility wherever you are, in your family, at home, at work, everywhere. Take responsibility as a freedom giant. You are made of more. You are responsible for initiating that change. Take responsibility. When you see something you don't like, take responsibility. By your house, you see someone sleeping by the street side, take responsibility. You see an orphan somewhere, take responsibility. You see your road in a dilapidated condition, take responsibility. You see the police messing up, take responsibility. You see your governments behaving altruistically, take responsibility. Raise your voice, speak out loud, take responsibility. Be the giant. You are made of this, freedom giants. Yes. Until we take responsibility, we won't be able to see transformation. We need to take responsibility wherever we are as freedom giants. And last but not least, we take action. After we've believed in ourselves, we've taken responsibility, and we now take action. You now begin to work. You now begin to do the needed changes, bring the needed reforms. Yes. In African International Order, we do various things. We have various projects. And these are meant to bring forth various reforms. Yes, and we make sure we pen down all that we do. If we don't record our videos, everything we do, there's a report. At least 40-page reports or 30, 35, 40 going reports of everything we've done for people to know what goes on. Yes. And we proceed from there as freedom giants. We must take responsibility and take action as freedom giants. Yes. We don't allow altruistic people to still thrive. No. And today, the president of Cameroon, Paul Biya, I'm sounding a warning to him that he should calmly and peacefully just stay off power and allow a new realm of democratic leaders to take off, to come into power. You've played your role. We thank you. Now we need new leaders to come in. So let's allow a new democratic transition whereby through constitutional rules there are durations, whereby someone comes into power for a time frame, another person comes in. We must allow a constitutional democratic presentation to take place as Africans. Let's make African anatomy well respected wherever we are. Yes. You may be seeing something you don't like. If you don't take action, they'll still be where they are. We are the freedom giants. We are the patients. We are responsible for initiating the changes. If we don't do this, things will still be as they are. So we must make sure we take action as freedom giants. Yes. Freedom giants, everything involves a process. If we want to see transformation, it involves a process. Transformation is already here, but it involves a process. It involves a criterion of steps we must take to be able to see that transformation happening realistically and physically. It involves a process. You know, in African waters now, we go through a process. We roar like lions. When you look at our logo, we roar like lions and we fight the battle. That's how God comes through for us, for the start, for freedom to show. Yes, everything involves a step. We just don't come and just say, let this happen and it happens. No, we go through processes. And that's why Professor Lumumba said that Africans are waiting in vain for God. That is true. We must fight the battle. If we want to see an emancipation everywhere, we must fight the battle. I mean, Cabral says that we must claim no easy victories. That's true. We must claim no easy victories. We must be able to fight the battle. If we want to see victory, we must be able to fight the battle and be proud of what we are fighting for. That's how we can see victory. So as freedom giants, we must walk in the new normal. We must walk in the new normal. There are now new ways of the enemy, new ways of the West, trying their best to be able to capture us and make us feel we can not be able to do anything, but we must be able to stand tall, believe in ourselves, take responsibility and take action, fight for the people. Yes, when Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso led a coup d'etat, and he's trying to see to that indeed all kinds of neo-colonial influences in his country are exterminated. He was nearly taken off power because they want to see us in mediocrity. They want to see us in a pit. They want to see us starving. But we must stand tall. We must stand tall. We must not be bothered about anything. We must not be bothered about whatever. We must never be bothered about anything. We must take action, because the action we take now will determine the level of freedom we'll walk in the future. Yes. The problems never end. They always come in new ways, in new. The West have different kinds of tactics, but we must be able to say that we want to take action and bring forth liberation. We are made for this, freedom giant. Let us transform the global anatomy. Let us change the global anatomy. Let us revolutionize the global anatomy. Let us make it happen, freedom giant. We are made for this. Freedom is here. Can't we see it? It is here. Freedom is in our hands. But we must be able to believe in ourselves, take responsibility, and take action as freedom giants. And that's how indeed we can be able to ensure emancipation everywhere. Yes. We don't have to accept mediocrity. When we are even in freedom and we don't transition to a new form of freedom and we are still in the old normal, that's a form of mediocrity. We must be able to ensure that there's a new form of amelioration wherever we are in what we are doing as freedom giants. Let us stand tall, because we are made of more. Wherever you are, Kofi Annan said that you're never too young to lead or too old to begin something that has never been commenced by anyone. Yes, as freedom giants, you are never too young to lead. If there's nothing that has been done before, you are the pace setter, you are the change maker to begin that reform. So wherever you are, stand tall, freedom giants. Stand tall and make it happen. Yes, let us be able to eschew all these nuisance, all these stupidities in our systems, and so that yes, when we see freedom prevailing in every nook and cranny of the global anatomy, Africa must be respected on the front. We must be respected just like how Europe, Asia, and all these continents are respected. There must be an equitable distribution of integrity and dignity. amongst all continents. Let us function as a global anatomy. And we must take action and represent ourselves on a larger scale well. And that's how things will work out well. Let us correlate with the analogies. In African World Tradition, you know the analogies. Nationalism, patriotism, discipline, excellence, and justice. Let us bear reflection of all of these wherever we are as freedom giants. Let us showcase all of these. Let us showcase all of these. Today, look at Libya. Libya is in chaos. We have one government operating from Tobruk, another government operating from Tripoli. And we claim that Africa is free? No! Look at Fatih Bashaga operating from Tobruk, and we have Al-Dabiba operating from Tripoli. And we just wonder, Gaddafi's own country, we have two powers operating in the same country, all fighting for power. If we begin to let our governments operate as political anatomies, whereby indeed we interdependent upon each other as a single government in focus in Libya, we will see transformation everywhere. Let us begin to interdepend upon each other. Yes, and begin fighting and stop fighting for our altruistic agendas and begin fighting as one people. And that's how indeed the West will not be able to come and bring forth divisions, trying to divide us so that they can be able to find out their ways to be able to thrive and cause stagnation in Africa. Let us stand tall as freedom giants. Wherever you are, stand tall. Stand tall. Stand tall. Stand tall. We have what it takes as freedom giants. Once freedom giants are here, we can do it. But let us walk in these ethics. That's how we can make it happen. So wherever you are, make it happen. Freedom, African Voice National, Freedom in Africa. Love you all.